Hello everybody, welcome back to Development Division. This is Chris, and today we are going to be jumping back into the 2009 Honda Civic project we got here. This has been in front end collision, so we need to take off the radiator support and weld in a new one. Our new support came in the mail just this week, so all we have to do now is figure out how to remove the old one. Spot welds, if you guys don't already know, is a technique they use in the factory. They get pretty much their two plates of metal that they want to lock together, and they heat up both sides so that just a small little bit or like a dot of that metal melts together, and they do that a bunch of times to hold everything together. How we're going to remove it is just removing the weld from one side. This first method is using one of these drill bits here. This is from Harbor Freight. I don't think this is going to work very good, but we're going to try it. The first step is setting I have a punch here. Just kind of set a little divot so that our drill bit can set in there and it's not going to walk around on us. So you put this here. This is a sprung punch. But I'm just going to hit it with a hammer so it leaves a big impression. Put a drill on it. Okay. All right. Okay. Well. Okay. So that kind of sucked. What was happening was like this edge is catching on this lip right here. So as there's like no. Yeah. We'll give up on that for now. So here is the next way we're going to try, is with the grinder here. So we just have a flap disc here. This is a 60 grit. This one's been worn down a little bit, but I'm sure this will work just fine. I don't think I grinded just nearly enough, but I'm going to hit it with a chisel and see if I've separated anything here. I didn't make it that far, but let's see if we can get in here and... pretty easy. So we didn't make it very far with this spot welder drill bit. We might revisit this soon, but it's just a little kind of sketchy. Doesn't work. Just as it hasn't worked for me. But I sharpened up my chisel to a fine point, and a lot of these spot welds are in some pretty accessible spots with just a chisel. This one is the one I'm going to attack next. There's some more on the inside here, kind of along the bottom, and then on the other side, it's the same type of arrangement. So we're going to throw the camera up on a tripod, and let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm gonna go ahead and test fit our new radiator support here. Okay. So I actually need to cut this piece off too. This little bracket. It's already on here just like that. So I'm gonna cut off this bracket and then hopefully that'll get me a little closer. So now that we got those two brackets off, let's go ahead and try for another test fit here. That doesn't look half bad. Good fitment there. Around here, when I was trying to get off that bracket, I kind of bent this part of this frame right here, so I'll have to bend that back, reinforce that with the weld. Weld inside there. Everything lines up again. This side lines up pretty well, and this edge might need a little bit of working, but I think I can get it to work. That initial test fit went pretty well. I marked where I need to drill some holes with this paint marker. I'm going to drill a hole and prep the area, so sand around the hole on both sides just to create a perfect scenario for my weld to happen. There's a bunch of holes that I need to drill, so I'm going to get my center punch here. This is a sprung center punch, works pretty well. This is from Harbor Freight. I'll use this and my classic Christmas tree bit. So now we're in for our test fit here. I drilled those holes and sanded around the weld areas. Now I'm just going to gently tap this into place with the hammer. July 28th, 2021. First welding test. We have the Chicago 125 welder here. Okay. I'm set my ground up right here. And I want to get my little face mask real quick. We're going to go with no nozzle. Now, I guess let's weld. Okay, I'm going to turn this on. Minimum. Wire feed speed 4. Minimum amperage. Holy shit. Holy shit! I'm welding! Oh. Yo! Okay. Look at that. I don't know exactly what I was trying to do, but that's weld. Nothing. Well, that looks decent. I don't think that I think maybe I got some penetration right there. Alright, now none of this though. That didn't work. That looked like maybe it kind of worked. So I'm gonna open up the garage and then try again. We're gonna try again. We're gonna try to weld again. So I'm gonna set up the camera, and I guess we're gonna try to weld again. that's probably about as good as it's gonna get for today. Now that I hit the welds with the wire brush, now I'm just gonna go ahead and hit it with some flat black to cover up the raw metal, just so it doesn't rust. Real quick, nothing fancy, just real quick. Just covering up the exposed metal. Now it's time to let this dry and reassemble the front end.